Hello everyone, my name is Lucifer and welcome to Hazy Mind. This is a visual novel, I think. I've forgotten what it's about, but it looked really cool, and this looks really cool. This it really does. And ironically, the morning that I downloaded this game is the afternoon when the developer actually messaged me to try out the game. So happy coincidence, just like there's happy on the screen. My thoughts fragment. My mind like shards of glass. I can feel each thought slicing me from within. I'm tired of battling with my own mind, with each day growing increasingly burdensome. Antidepressants and sleeping pills, my daily allies, will yet again become today's escape from this world. Whoa. Internally, I'm screaming in pain, but the fear of what death might bring holds me back. Is it worth the fight, even when everything inside is pleading for surrender? Death seems like a relief, but what if it's just a different kind of pain? Thoughts spin in mind, but my heart keeps on beating. My hallucinations morph into terrifying creatures squirming in my mind like worms, offering no peace. Fear paralyzes me, leaving me in the darkness with only my thoughts for company. A bottle of pills in my hands, my heart pounding in my chest, a terrifyingly real reminder of the life I wish to end. The pills feel as icy as snow. Their coldness seeps through my skin, swiftly sweeping away the last remnants of my doubt. Closing my eyes, I swallow them one by one. My mind starts to fog from the pills I've taken. Ooh. A strange moment of silence ensues. It's as if the world has slowed its rotation, giving me time to reconcile with my fate. The sensation of the pills in my throat feel like a sharp blow to the back, a confirmation of a reversible decision I've just made. An irreversible decision I've made, I can read. The world starts to slowly fade away, as if someone is gradually turning down the brightness on the TV. My consciousness becomes foggy, thoughts mingle, quickly turning into a meaningless chaos. I hear my own breathing, it's cycling, getting quieter and less frequent. The last thing I feel is the heaviness of my eyelids, which close involuntarily. I surrender to lifeless, yet soothing oblivion. Sleep. It comes like a wave, sweeping me into impenetrable death. I surrender without resistance. Suddenly, a glimmer sparks in the darkness, and I see a dream. Now, I wonder if this person took many of the same pill or took multiple different pills like they had to for their medication. Because it could be interpreted as both, I guess, which is really cool. But time for a dream now. Oh. The surrounding darkness starts morphing. Dreams within it stirs, stories both frightened and familiar. There are scenes from my life, moments of both happiness and suffering. As each second passes, those images become more vivid, adopting shapes, colors, and sounds. Some of them are kind, reminding me of times when I laughed, when I was happy. Oh, the sleep demon's back. My sleep demon's back. This is actually true. I've actually been seeing things in the dark recently, and it's scary as hell. I should not be playing horror games. But there are dreams that pierce me, reminding me of what led me here. I dive deeper and deeper into the dream. It's like a journey through my own soul. And suddenly, in this endless depth, I begin to see light. It's warm, muted glow that beckons me from the dark. I'm drawn to its light like a moth enticed by fire. And when I touch this light, I can feel it start to fill me, rousing me from the dark sleep. ... Whoa! Whoa! This is so cool. I love the art of this game. I love the just stylized version of it. I can't quite say. It's like the text is very boldish and the art is very like that as well. It reminds me a lot of milk outside of a bag of milk outside of a bag of milk. I need to play that game again. It's the sequel to Milk Inside of a Bag of Milk Inside of a Bag of Milk. I'd recommend checking that out. I'll link them both down in the description. But that's an awesome, amazing, in-depth game, and this is just like that, and it's so intriguing and so interesting. Of course, it's a very serious topic, and it's very deep and meaningful in many ways, but also it's interesting and alluring in a way. My eyes open. I feel the solid surface of the bed comforting my body. My head is still foggy, but it no longer pains me the way it did before. My consciousness slowly returns. Something is off. Everything around looks unfamiliar, even though I know it's my space. Memories spin in my head like flashing images, but I can't piece them together into a coherent whole. It's a feeling of emptiness, as if a part of me is missing. Names, faces, moments, everything is plunged into a disorganized mess, deemed unreachable for my mind. I'm finding it harder to breathe. My mind screams, seeking answers I don't have. Everything around starts to seem distant and insignificant. I'm lost in my own world. Oh, realization sets in. I have forgotten everything. Who I am, where I'm from. My existence is erased. I'm too scared to move, to breathe, because even these sensations feel new. An alien. With each breath, I attempt to remember, but it only results in greater panic. The world around me begins to crumble, like an abandoned building eroding as time passes. I sense that I am moving further away from myself with each passing second. Fear wraps around me, squeezing my heart, and I can't find an escape. Gravity feels doubled. My body fails to resist falling back onto the bed. The moment my body touches the bed, there's an instant relief. It's an unexpected calm in the midst of chaos. The bed do be comforting with lots of ellipses. Lots more of ellipses. Lots of ellipses. I feel the warmth of my foreign hands slowly passing through my hair. Despite consciousness stirring again, the desire to leave the comfortable sanctuary of my bed has disappeared. However, in the end, I decide to find out who is so tenderly guarding my peace. Oh, hi! Nice to meet you! Oh,
Hello.
very nice to meet you. I
finally
couldn't
woken
help
up?
but notice that you had scratches on your face earlier. I wonder why. Hello. You finally woken up.
You must be feeling lost and confused right now, unsure of where you are and who I am.
Yes. Also, wait. I want to increase the voice of you. I can't. It's already full. I am.
Don't worry, I'm here to help you.
Okay.
I need to tell you something that might be hard for you to hear, but it's important that you know.
That's great. I just really need to increase it a little bit. Okay.
This isn't the first time this has happened. You've woken up with no memory before.
How do you know? How would I know? It's literally no memories. I wouldn't know.
Every night, your memory is reset.
Oh.
You cannot remember yesterday or any day before that. After a failed suicide attempt, you went through a lot of stress, and that's why you can't remember things.
Who are you? Whoa.
Oh, I forgot to introduce myself. My apologies.
That's right. You weren't polite. You weren't very polite at all.
My name is Marana.
Ah.
Your mom hired me to look after you, as every night you wake up, oblivious to the world around you.
Ah. Interesting. Okay.
My role is to be a beacon in the early hours, to help you navigate through the confusion.
All right.
Of course, I am also here to assist you in regaining your memory.
Thank you. That's so kind of you. That's so nice of you. I mean, you're getting paid for this, so you know.
By the way, my duty is to provide you with a guide on what to do when I'm not around, and where to find essential items you might need.
Thank you. Whoa.
Here, this is the guide. As you can see, it's a bit worn out since you've used it prior.
All right. Aid kit, and you have a kitchen straight down the corridor. Then take a something. I'm assuming it's a right because there's a T at the very end there. Emergency, call on 911. Phone is on the table. For address, City Arc, Budiv Street, Fjord.
In case of emergencies, the first aid kit is in your cabinet, the very bottom. You'll instantly recognize it. It looks like a typical first aid kit.
Thank you. I know where it is now. My big brain can read.
Just to be on the safe side, I've sketched a picture of it here on the guide.
That's
so
nice.
you can be sure you found the right box.
Uh-huh.
To get to the kitchen, you will need to leave your room, walk straight down the corridor, then take a left.
Oh, wait. The word
That's
left
where
also has a
you'll
T at
find
the
the
very
kitchen.
end. I'm stupid.
If something happens to either of us,
I don't know why I forgot that.
dial 911. That's the number for emergency services. Your phone is on the table. The phone is switched on and fully charged. You've always had a knack for figuring out how to use it, so I'm sure you won't have any issues there.
Okay.
What else was there? I feel like I'm forgetting something.
I don't know my address. Just thinking out loud here.
Oh, right. If you have to call an ambulance, you'll need to know your address. It's 4 Budiv Street, Arc City. It might be a bit challenging to remember right now, so I understand.
Mm-hmm.
However, everything I have just told you is written down on this note. Please,
Thank
keep
you.
it safe and always have it with you.
Oh, I will.
Okay.
Thank you. I'll definitely keep it safe. Okay, can you stay for a bit longer? I want to stay for a bit longer. Okay, I was going to accept it. Why not?
Great.
Okay.
You're doing very well.
Thank you.
Now, to add a little joy to the moment, I've prepared something special for you.
Ooh.
I
Oh.
cooked your all-time favorite dish, toast with egg.
That's nice. I like the little flaky stuff on top. The greens, very nice. Or
It's
green
important
salt.
to
I don't know what
fuel
it
your
is.
body. After eating, I can give you a tour around your room and help you discover more about your life that's been temporarily forgotten.
I like the way that you specifically say temporarily or emphasize it a little bit. Seems suspicious, but also
So
it is
don't rush
correct. So you know.
yourself. Eat at your own pace. I'll be here.
Okay. Ellipsis. More ellipsis. More ellipsis. Oh.
Well, since you're done with your meal, we have one more
Are you
thing to
sure? I'm just staring at it. I don't know if consuming. Well, I guess you can consume with your eyes. I just window shopping and all that. You know, you're right. You're right.
You'll
Ooh.
need to take these pills. They're antidepressants. They've been prescribed by a doctor to keep any panic attacks at bay.
Gotta keep those
With that
serotonin
done,
levels down.
Things
Roll.
could become difficult, and I don't want that for you.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to appear as if I'm forcing you to take some strange pills, especially if you are uncomfortable. That is not my intention.
Mm-hmm.
While it's a condition for me to be able to show you the room, the decision is completely yours.
Interesting. Okay.
Just so you know, regardless of your choice, I will still guide you around the room. And I understand if you choose not to take them. Will you take these pills or not?
Ooh. Ooh. I'm gonna save. Interesting. That is interesting. I can't move my head closer to me. That is very, very interesting. Okay. Huh. So, it can be very jarring for someone to just say, hey, these are things that you had to do and take them. And you don't know what they are, so you wouldn't want to take them because that's just, you know, you don't want to take things that you don't know. But then it's for your own good, but you don't know if it is. What about the third option?
Are you okay? I can see your gaze fixed on me. It's as if I'm a ghost to
Yeah.
you. Please respond to me in some way. If this continues, I might have to insist that you take the pills.
I kind of understand the reason for taking them now. Oh, that's getting larger and
can't
bigger, I
afford
think.
to delay, and I must ensure you take them. You're currently in an abnormal state and need to regain your senses.
Uh-huh, yeah, I agree with you.
I will give you 3 of the antidepressants in the hopes of bringing you back.
That seems like a lot.
I sincerely hope you're not playing some kind of prank on me.
Oh, yeah,
If
you
so,
know me. Such a
it's
big
not funny.
prankster. Yeah, definitely.
The
Not
effect
just
of
losing my
the
mental
pill
state of
will end
mind.
soon, so I need to help you up so we can start exploring your room.
You're very fixated on me exploring my room.
It's crucial.
Okay.
Maybe as soon as you see your personal items, your memories will flood back, and you'll regain your usual demeanor.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Although, perhaps you are finding it hard to trust me, which I find unlikely.
Why do you find that unlikely? I had a memory of you over here, and you're just telling me all these things, and...
After all, I have been clear regarding my role here, and you have always trusted me.
Huh. But then I would not know because you're just telling me
So,
that.
Extend your hand to me, and I will help you stand.
Whoa! Okay.
I understand that you are curious and have many questions.
I do, very big ones.
Let's do a question
Your
and answer session before
hand
we
is
check out your room.
very, very human. Yep, all human hands are just like that, very talony. All right.
Choose your questions carefully, because I won't answer them a second time. Of course, you can save and revisit these questions, but where's the thrill in that?
You're breaking the fourth wall, huh?
Trust your initial instinct.
Hmm.
That's my advice.
Okay.
So, what do you want to know?
I want to know what's up with you. And the music is louder again. I want to reduce that a little bit. Okay. I will save. Thank you. Where's my mom? Why did I attempt to unalive? I think that's a better question.
Honestly, I don't know. I don't see her when I visit you.
Okay.
It wouldn't be right for me to ask where she is, because she is my boss.
Actually, that would be within your right because you need to know where your boss is, right?
So, I cannot fully answer
Right.
that. But I think she is working hard for you.
Okay.
Do you have any other questions?
Tons of questions, so many of them. I will keep on saving. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You have a disrupted sleep pattern, falling
Why
asleep
did I not
during the
warning if
day
I forgot
and
to read it
waking up
out?
at night.
Okay, that is also reasonable, I guess.
Seems this can't be corrected.
Okay.
Ever since you left school, you've been very neglectful of your sleep routine. Now, you face the consequences.
Yeah, very, very unlike me, right? Yeah. Oh, yeah, I still start my sleep schedule.
Do you have
My
any
sleep
other
schedule is so
questions?
wonked up. Oh, God. I have so many questions. Usually you're given like 1, 2, 3, or 1, 2, 3, 4 in a 4x2 grid of saving, but that's a lot less I've noticed. Why do you look so strange? How can I remember everything forever? I'm assuming there's no answer to that just yet, so I'm gonna look at
I'm
that.
not even sure whether to take that as a compliment.
Oh no, I
or
love
not.
talents. I love them digging into me as you.
If in your
Throw
understanding
me out
strange
house, I
means
guess.
unconventional, then I am actually quite impressed.
Yeah, that's what I
Always want
meant.
to make an intriguing impression.
Yeah.
Not a pleasant one, but an interesting one.
Uh-huh.
Because to leave a pleasant impression on people, you often have to just nod along with them.
Uh-huh.
You're probably wondering about my makeup, right?
Sure. Makeup. That's what I was wondering
I love
about.
to experiment with my face and try out different looks. So far, this is
I
my
like
favorite.
it. It's very nice.
You should
But what
enjoy
about the
life
huge
and
claws
do
in your
what you like
hands?
without worrying what others think.
Uh-huh.
Want to wear weird makeup? Go for it. Want to wear odd
I only
clothes?
wore makeup once.
them
That was for
on.
like a play, and I didn't like it.
Yes.
It was very clingy to
People
the
might
face.
give you odd looks, and
Ah.
so what?
Those are gloves. Okay, so I thought this was going in like a way of like a creature that was not really a human, but interesting. Okay, so it's just gloves. All right.
People who pass you by won't remember you in 10 minutes,
Okay.
and I won't stress about it.
I'm sorry for doing this again, but the music is just really getting to me, and I am losing myself hearing the music, and I can't concentrate on anything, so I'm just going to reduce that a little bit more. And I won't stress about it. Those unfortunate judgments can be endured.
It's true what they say. People love to talk about themselves. Sorry.
That is true. People like a good way to make a conversation roll, or a good way to like divert a conversation, as for definitely no reasons at all, and to keep a conversation going is to ask things about other people, and because people do like talking about themselves. That is a true fact. Well, most people anyways. So yeah.
Do you have any other questions?
Tons of them. I keep on having so many questions. Just gonna quickly. Oh, so the hands are like that. Okay. What are those triangles under your eyes? Wait, what triangles under your? Oh, you mean those? No clue. I don't know about the hands.
Unfortunately, I can't answer that question.
For now, you say, but can I know it for later?
It's personal.
Okay.
All I can say is that it was an unfortunate accident. That's all you can know.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. That's enough questions from you. Let's move on to inspecting the room. I'll step back now, and you can hover the cursor and click on the items that interest you.
Again, breaking that fourth wall there. Alright, so we have the book, the laptop, the poster, and nothing else for now, I guess. Okay, I'll go with the book.
This is your diary, the most important thing you have, and reading it might take some time. But since you've clicked on it, you definitely need to read it.
Yeah, definitely, sure.
I won't disturb you during this time. Read at your own pace.
Alright.
If you want to share your emotions after reading, I'll be glad to listen.
Okay, thank you. You're very kind. I saw Morana sit down on a chair next to my table and close her eyes. Apparently with such a job, she gets very little sleep. Well, my sleep schedule is a little wonky, so... I carefully picked up the diary and sat down on the bed. It looked like a regular book. It didn't have all that many pages, but the book still seemed thick. Perhaps because I'd read it so many times, the book had slightly become mishappen, adding to its thickness. I don't know what awaits inside, and the atmosphere starts to get tense. Overcoming my anxiety, I finally opened the diary's first page and began to read. 22/08/2017. Oh, hello. I decided to start writing a diary because Rhea told me it helps understand oneself and improves relationships with others. Basically, she seemed to be promoting it to me, so I bought a notebook and will try to write down everything that happened in my life. I tried writing. I've talked about this like a couple of times, but I tried maintaining a journal, after like reading the Wimpy Kid diaries and all that. But I couldn't go past like 2 or 3 days at most. I was terrible at it, so it's not for her. It wasn't for me, but I always like the idea of having that, but yeah. I guess in a way, these videos are my journal, in a way, even though, I don't always talk everything about everything that's happened there. It's kind of like I'm logging every single day of my life, and it's really interesting to see. And yeah, it's just a strange thought, I guess. Yeah. Honestly, I don't think this will last long because I'm not a very consistent person. I can't do the same thing every day, but we'll see. Maybe it'll work out. It's hard for me to write. I don't even know what to write about. What do I do today? Went to school, talked with friends, came home, did my homework, and now I'm just sitting at home. My mom's not home as usual, and I have nothing to do. Well, technically I have a lot I could do, like self-improve, prepare more for my lessons, play computer games, but I prefer to lie on the bed and stare at the ceiling. Hey, sometimes it's hard. Sometimes you just feel down, and it's hard. But it's okay, you can take it a bit slow. I don't know if everyone is as lazy as me, or what it's called, procrastination, I think. Not sure about this spelling. When you can become anything in this world, work hard, live your passion, but you choose to just lie on the bed. You're being overly critical, but yeah, I get it. I think in the future I will read my diary and might not understand, maybe even blame myself for something. But I'm tired. Yes. I have many friends at school, I get good grades, and I even hang out with friends outside. I always smile and joke around with them, trying to stay positive, yet when I come home I feel sadness and loneliness. That stuff that doesn't happen with me, no. Nothing seems to help, not even video games, not studying, not even food. Maybe I'm just not in the mood. Honestly. Thank you, diary. I feel like I've vented to someone, like crying on the shoulder. I feel a bit better. Have you tried making daily videos for 3 years? It's not... But not getting an answer back is hard. It's like talking to a wall. Maybe I don't need a reply. Your purpose might be there for anyone who wants to share something privately, but is afraid to. Anyway, I'll go now. 0409/2017. I don't know how much time has passed. I completely forgot the other date, but... Oh, hello again, diary. It's been 2 days since school started. It's been 2 days. I definitely remember the first date. Yeah, I remember it was 0209/2017. Yeah, definitely. These days were normal. Ria and I sat together, joked during breaks, and had lunch together. Today I brought her the cookies I baked at home, and she shared a tasty salad with me. She loved the cookies. For a second, my brain thought, a cookie salad? Okay, I mean, you could technically put ice cream and cookies together and call it a cookie salad, because technically it's a salad, if you think about it, so you know. Rhea is generally a kind person, and we have a lot in common, but she's not into video games. Get her to play, get her to play, get her to play. She prefers studying, and she's really dedicated. I don't have that drive, even though I get the same grades as her. I feel like school just prepares us to be perfect workers. It's like, do this, do that, don't question things. Well, in a lot of ways, yes. And this is because back in like the war times, kids had to be taught in a way they would have been put into a factory, and that was the closest thing to there. And everything in life, humans are not very systematic beings, but everything in life, like work, school, and anything else, requires certain time slots to be used, and you had to come at a certain time, go at a certain time, do things at a certain time. And it's just sad to see that that's the way we've gone with. But also, it's difficult to do it in other ways. It's difficult to tell people to come in whenever they want and do the work that they want whenever they want. So it's a huge, difficult thing that's very hard to change. But yes, school, I feel like should change, should be different. But again, the difficult thing is, how should it change? How should it be different? Because these methods of teaching has been decades in the making, right? It's the basis of teaching, and it's really difficult to change that because we don't know how else to change it. And if we do change it, then the people who go into it might not have the credentials that others might have, and it's a huge debate. It's a huge problem. It's not a problem. It's problem solving, you know. And it's hard to change that. It's hard to figure out a new thing to do, and it's a really tug of war, up and down kind of thing. So yeah, I don't know where I'm going with this thing, but just my thoughts on it, you know, I guess. Or else you'll get the lowest mark, or in a job setting you might get fired. Yeah, 13/09/2017. That is 9 days after the previous one, I can remember properly. Hello, diary. Recently, our class was asked to write an essay about friendship. What's friendship? I wouldn't know. I spent a long time thinking about what to write. Have many friends, but what does this essay really want from me? I should worry about what that teacher thinks rather than what I truly feel. Is so absurd. And first, I wrote an essay expressing my real opinion, and that friends are just a way to avoid feeling lonely. After rereading it, I realized that the teacher wouldn't like it. I tried to write something that would get me a good grade. But the problem was I sat with that paper for over an hour and couldn't think of anything. Well, to be fair, in a way that is true, but also not really. At the same time, it's also another debate, because yes, to not have friends would be very lonelifying, and to be with them would be less lonely. So in a way, yes, friends do make you feel less lonely, but also you can still feel lonely when you're around other people and friends. So again, yes and no. And also, fundamentally, humans and other creatures, alive creatures, even bacteria, even stuff like that, are very social beings, you know? If you break down social in many ways, like I said, get the bacteria example, it can still sort of work because bacteria, work amongst themselves to do stuff. I am digging myself a hole there. I'm going to leave that there. But humans and other living creatures are fundamentally social creatures because that's how we have grown as a society, as creatures, as animals, right? So yes, friends is to kill loneliness, And from one perspective, in another perspective, it's a fundamental part of our being itself. And it's just hard sometimes when you don't know how to make friends, or you might not feel like you're there with them, and you bring up these reasons that they're there for such like this. So yeah, it's hard to define what it is, but it's a part of us, and it's hard to make friends sometimes and talk with them, and overthinking also doesn't help, but maybe like that. I decided to not submit the essay and got the lowest mark. I chose not to tell my mom about it. She doesn't seem to care much about me anyway. If I'd submitted the essay with my honest feelings, they might have sent me to a psychiatrist or even suspend me from school. That's life. It's more like you're convincing yourself of that. 18/10/2017. That's 5 days after that one. Hello again. Sorry for not writing for so long. Nothing new happened. As usual, I hung out with Rhea, played video games, slept, and of course went to school. But something happened recently that threw me off. As I mentioned, I have many friends, including guys, and mostly play video games with them. Aww. And recently, one of the guys confessed his feelings to me. Diary. You can't imagine my surprise. I mean, I've seen some girls flirting with guys and vice versa, but I've always set boundaries, and no one ever flirted with me. I never cared about such things. I never even thought about it. But for the first time in my life, someone confessed to me. He just said it, honestly and openly, feeling it wasn't fair to keep it a secret from me and wanted an honest answer. I don't know how to respond to him because I don't feel that strong love described in movies or books. Still, I'm really flustered by all of this. I'm even embarrassed to write to you and talk about it because I'm usually so down when I talk to you. But I'm smiling as I write this. It feels so unusual. Oh, okay. 2/11/2017. That's 2 months away. Hello again. Well, a month and a change of days. I remember the last time I wrote about the guy who confessed to me. Well, we're seeing each other. Aww. It's not like we're officially together and act like a couple. We're just hanging out and getting to know each other. Hey, it's a start and it's nice. That's good for you. Through this time, I realized I like him. Aww, that's really nice. That's really very nice. I'm not really worried about what will happen next since he hasn't asked about my feelings. I can't talk about my feelings yet. But if he does, I'll be so embarrassed. All of this is overwhelming me. Lately, I seem happier and even started turning down Rhea's offers to hang out. That's not fair. Everyone knows it's friends before boyfriends. Both are friends with them, but, yeah. She's quite puzzled because I haven't told her who I've been spending time with, but I think she suspects I have a boyfriend. She even started teasing me about it. To be honest, I'm a bit scared. Soon we'll be applying to colleges, choosing our dream professions, and staying in school for 2 more years. I think I'm not very sure about what I want to do, so I'll stay in school for another 2 years. Thoughts of the future upset me. I don't want to think about it. Oh! I've got a strange feeling that something's wrong with me. I love to draw, especially different creatures, for instance. I recently drew a chubby black cat during class. My imaginations can run wild sometimes. But in class, believe it or not, I thought I saw the exact cat I drew walk into our room, looking so real. I instantly knew it wasn't real and laughed it off, blaming it on being tired from school. But deep down, I'm worried and scared. I know mental health issues can be inherited. I had a grandfather of something. My mom spoke of him, remembering him, and cried for him. She said he lost his mind after my grandmother's death. I'll never meet him, though I wish I could have talked to him. It's a pity. I don't romanticize mental disorders like movies do. I think it's all normal and should be treated. Otherwise, people can completely lose their minds. Anyway, that's the weirdest situation I experienced. This is... okay. 21/11/2017. It's near the end of the year. Hello, diary. Life goes on as usual, but I want to vent. Maybe even cry a little. I think something terrible is happening to me, and I'm too scared to tell my mom, even though I know I should. I don't know. I don't want to become like some movie psychopath or schizophrenic. I hate the idea. Only fools romanticize that. These are scary diseases, and people do horrible things when they suffer from them. I recently read a story about a woman who killed her own kids overnight because she was schizophrenic. From what I understand about this illness, you can see creatures or places that aren't real, just in your mind. That's been my feeling lately. I've started seeing weird creatures, especially when I'm bored. Like during classes, I see them often, and it's hard to get rid of them unless I distract myself. I know I should tell my mom, but I'm terrified of being diagnosed or accepting that I might never be able to live normally in society. The thing about it is, you can't control how others will react to you, but you can control how... Okay, wait, no, I meant to say... You can't control how others will react to you, but... You can be yourself around people, and it's fine to be yourself around people. And it's okay, right? It's scary as hell. I'm not saying that it's not, but take your time with it, and it's okay. But especially in these situations when you're younger, and also when you tend to think a lot about these kind of things, and might not be in the best place. You might start to self-isolate all these things, and it's not great. It's not great. It is not great. It is not great. That would be like the death to me, since I no longer be ordinary. What's the point of being ordinary? Don't be ordinary. The best thing is being extraordinary. I'm still thinking about it, but I'll write more if there's any updates. 17th 12/2017, a month and 6 days later, I think. No, I think I got the... No, I remember the... Oh, this runs from milk inside of a bag, milk inside of a bag, milk inside of a bag, milk inside of a bag. I can't see the words properly. I did it. I told my mom today it was hard, and seeing her reaction was painful. The look in her eyes and her expression said it all. She might see me as a monster. Or maybe she doesn't believe me and think it's just a teenage prank. I don't know. I took a lot of time and effort to get it out and find the right moment. I don't know what to do next. This is the first page I've cried on. Sorry. It's just very hard for me. I want to tell others, but people might avoid me. No one wants to be around someone like me, I'm sure of it. I might go mad and hurt them or myself. Who knows what other horrible things might happen. So I'll keep quiet until the end. For now, my mom and I have scheduled an appointment with a psychiatrist, she knows. I don't know my diagnosis yet, and was fearing the worst. Life's been tough, especially when things are finally starting to get better. I've been in a relationship with a boy. My relationships with my friends are better than ever, and my school grades are good. Okay, diary, I'll write when I have the strength. Goodbye. 26/12/2017, 9 days after. Schizophrenia. It's hereditary. I got it from my grandfather. I've been removed from school, but my mom arranged for me to be treated at home because the quality of the mental institutes are terrible. I didn't say goodbye to Rhea. It was too hard. They'll probably tell her I transferred schools and moved away. I haven't talked to my boyfriend since my last diary entry. In fact, I've been ignoring him. I know I'm being horrible to them, but maybe it's better that they never knew me. It hurts me to do this. I cry every night. Sometimes we need to be cruel so people can just get disappointed and move on and forget about us. I'm hurting them and myself. But their pain will pass, they'll move on, find someone else, and I want to believe they'll be okay. Things will never be okay for me again. Not because of my mood, but because of the illness. No one knows how to cure it, and no pills will help. Actually, aren't there schizophrenic pills? I'm not quite sure about that. I read it somewhere. I'm not sure how. I think it only helps it only helps at very early stages. Obviously, it's not curable or anything like that, or I think. So, the hallucinations will become more and more real, scarier and scarier, and there will be more of them. I don't want to think about it. It's too terrifying. Since I've left school, I'll have to study at home and focus on self-education. Starting the new year, my life will change entirely. 30/12/2017. New Year's is coming soon, but unsurprisingly, I'm not in the mood. I think I made the right decision by distancing myself from everyone. Oh? Take my boyfriend, for instance. A relationship would never have worked out. It's not because I'm bad or can't act normal. I'm not crazy. But relationships have goals, like starting a family. I look ahead. And I don't want my children to experience what I'm going through now. It's better for both Rhea and him to move on in my life. Again, these situations can be extremely self-isolating and scary and hard. But yeah, it's just really difficult and it's hard. Especially when you're this young. It can be extremely hard. I'm getting incredibly bored these days since I'm not attending school. So I entertain myself by imagining various creatures. That is great. Sometimes you just gotta make creatures up like me for D&D, haha. Of course, I could play video games all day, but I'm tired of that. When you're free to do anything, it's hard to enjoy things that you once found pleasant after some time. 1901-2018. Okay. The new year has already passed. Mom and I celebrated it together. Dad didn't even call, let alone visit. Honestly speaking, I'm not mad at Dad, but my mom is very angry with him and doesn't want to see him. He found a new family and left us. It's not that he found a family, just some young girl, a student. I understand that my mom is very disgusted by this and that he left us for his own pleasure, but I think she needs to move on in life. By that, I mean find a new man who will love her and move on. The only problem is my presence. I completely ruined that possibility. Yet my mom loves me very much despite this and works very hard for my sake. But what's the point of all this when I don't even have a future? Oh. That's why I think it would have been if it didn't exist. 24/01/2018. I don't want to write this hello diary anymore because I see no point. Honestly, I see no point in writing here either. I feel so bad that the only thing I can do is draw to distract myself from everything. The hallucinations are getting scarier, but I'm used to them. Sometimes I hear voices, but they're more like noise. The psychiatrist prescribed me antidepressants and antipsychotics, but she noticed that they might have side effects. On top of that, I can't sleep at night, so I've also been prescribed some sleeping pills. But one sleeping pill usually doesn't help, so I take two, and now it seems I consume these damn pills instead of food, which aren't helping. I mean, they cost a lot of money, and my mom stays late at work more often. She changed shifts, and I barely see her now. I feel terrible more because I fear that those voices will become more than just noise, and I'll start listening to them. I don't want that. I don't want anything. 29/01/2018. Well, hello, diary. Yes, I wrote earlier that I wouldn't have read like this, but who cares? I drew some works and will paste them into you now. I hope you like it. Oh, that's actually really cool. That's really cool. Whoever did the art for this is really, they did a great job for this. It's really awesome. Sound design is also great too. Stay positive. Aww. Oh, this is really awesome. This is very, very awesome. I always wanted to get into art and I never did properly. It's really great. Wait, is this Morana? It was like, okay, so I was right. She was imagining her. Ah. So basically, I think her mind made someone to help her, sort of, if that makes sense. Was I familiar with her before? Why didn't you tell me about it? Or even then, why was she with me because my mom couldn't be? But why didn't I write about this event in the diary? I looked in her direction. She's still asleep, right where she was. I need to ask her about it after I finish reading everything. I opened the diary again and continued reading. 10/2/2018. Today I had a fight with my mom. She called me a mistake. She said I do nothing and that I'm a burden and called me stupid. Aww. I understand she said it out of emotion, but she was telling the truth and only the truth. I have no friends, no job prospects with such a diagnosis, and all I do is take pills that cost an incredible amount of money and don't even help. I can't even talk to anyone. I can't tell strangers on the internet about my diagnosis. It would look like I want pity. I just want to confide in someone or cry on someone's shoulder. But what's the point? If I cry, will everything suddenly become good? No. crying actually helps a lot more than you think. You know, especially with society and a lot of people nowadays. You know, crying is put as something that is done as a weak thing or like an unnecessary thing, but scientifically speaking, psychologically speaking, crying does help you a lot. It clears your mind out, it tires you out, clears your mind out, and it helps you go through the emotions. Scientifically, of course. But it's not a bad thing to cry. It's fine to cry. There's nothing wrong with crying. It shows that you care, it shows that you're letting things out, and a lot of it is for the good, you know. Nothing can help me now, and I need to accept that. At least Rhea was right. To sister keep a diary. Thank you, Rhea. Without the diary, I would have killed myself a long time ago. 2309-2018. Hello and goodbye at the same time, diary. I decided today to overdose in all the pills and prescribed to me. The beginning of the game. Okay. I see no point in living and trying. I don't want any of this. Fear gripped me and I felt goosebumps. On this exact date I decided to end my life. I understand why I wanted to do it. Oh, these two sides seem to be clashing and I don't understand where the right decision lies. My head hurts a lot. I don't know. Okay. That should not be the main focus right now. What's more important is to find out who she really is and how her drawing could have been in my diary. I closed the diary and approached Morana. Wake up! She ignores me and doesn't wake up. I felt goosebumps again. I couldn't breathe. I'm really scared to touch her. I don't know. I'm very afraid. I can't see her face while she's sleeping. It was covered by her hair. But I had no other choice. I gathered courage and touched her. She quickly grabbed my hands with her terrifying black hands. I still couldn't see her face. I try hard to break free from the grasp, but these attempts are unsuccessful. Huh. Visions are in my eyes. I begin to see weird monsters laughing at me. Their voices echo loudly in my head and I can't say anything. Morana starts squeezing my hand tighter. Okay, hi Morana. Okay. Oh. Okay. 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 Oh my gosh. All right. All right. Oh. Oh. Wow. Oh, right. I'm sorry I didn't have much to say at parts of the game. But stuff like this is very hard to talk about. And the biggest problem about stuff like this is that it really makes you feel alone in any kind of mental health kind of thing. And that's where things start spiraling. And I know I'm just a random person on the internet, but I just want to say that whoever's watching this right now, you're wanted, you're loved, and it's okay. Breathe, take your time with it, and know that people around you want you to be around because you're cared for and you're awesome. You're never alone with anything. And it's okay to talk about things. It's good to talk about things. And yeah, it's just scary, gut-wrenching. It makes you feel alone, and it's just the worst, you know? But this was an awesome game. It really reminded me of the milk games, which are also quite an experience. I recommend watching that video. And they're just great. I will play the full game for this because I am very intrigued by it. And oh, this was just really good because these kind of games really put you in that situation and those feelings, and it's scary. It's just suffocating, and yeah, this was a good demo. these kind of games really are really interesting and to get into and all that. And yeah, I hope you guys went through and, well, you know, I don't know. Sorry, my thoughts are a bit wonky. It's very late at night right now. But let me know what you think about the game. Let me know what you think about just anything. And that's about it. I'll see you next time. Goodbye.